Hello, my Cancer signs. Welcome to your monthly reading for the month of September. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into your reading here. We're going to start off picking a card here from the Animal Spirit guide, not guidebook, the Oracle cards. And we're just going to use that to see what the Creator wants you to know about the overall energies for your month. So we will begin there. This is for the month of September, but of course, if you're coming across this outside that time frame, just trust your intuition and listen anyway, because I'm sure there's messages here for you if you have been drawn to it. So, all right, Creator, what do you want our Cancer signs to know about their September, please? What for our Cancer signs for September? Okay, you actually get two, which is awesome. Look at that. So you get the raccoon and the vulture. And I love that for you. So you've got someone that's nocturnal and someone that primarily lives by the day. And interesting enough, they're both animals that scavenge, right? They're scavengers. So we will see what that significance is here for you. I'm going to start off with the vulture here. So the vulture is the guardian and purifier, essential for rebalance. So the vulture is perhaps the most misunderstood creature of all. This intriguing bird balances our ecosystem and prevents the spread of disease. It does the dirty work that no one else wants to do and cleans up our messes. A vulture appears when there's a situation that needs to be purified or brought back into balance. So remember, the vulture is greatly undervalued. What you thought was a mistake or a tragedy is a blessing in disguise. And when you're in balance with this energy, it brings clarity and it reveals wisdom. When we're out of balance with this energy, then we're dramatic and aggressive. And to bring it back into balance, it says, clean your space. And like sage, use a sage stick or incense to cleanse your environment. And possibly wherever you're feeling the negative energy there. And then let's look at the raccoon and see what additional messages here. Yeah, so talented, shadowy, and hiding. So raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. So at best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. And its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask, like a raccoon, that's funny, works in an artist's favor. Other times, it limits creativity. Am I who my audience thinks I am? What if I'm ready to grow into something more? Raccoon energy won't let us off the hook until this creative ego fear is resolved. And when in balance, you're a generous friend and exceptional artist. When you're out of balance, you're competitive and a starving artist. And to bring it into balance, make new work. And I really think that's interesting because the vulture was, talking about the, being misunderstood and thinking low of itself. There was one of the most misunderstood creatures of all. There was something that jumped out in there. Oh yeah, doing the dirty work that no one else wants, cleaning up other people's messes. And I really feel like that message is what was jumping out for most of you for this, is that, this limitation that you feel is like you're the one that always has to sacrifice. You're the one that always has to eat the junk, clean up, the mess and stuff, and that you're wearing this mask and you're trying to, be this person for other people, but it's limiting you because of, this is kind of the negative impression of the vulture is how you think other people see you and how you're seeing yourself. And the raccoon, is that mask that you're wearing that you're going to be able to remove during the month of September, so you can really move into those positive energies and the positive impact of this. So this is about letting those old beliefs go, letting those old things go, re-looking at situations that have happened and going, you know what? Instead of me being a victim where a vulture, is eating you in the desert, you have become the vulture where you get to see things fly from up above and circle and see things in a whole new light, and, really use that energy to let the old stuff go and move into the new things. And I really feel that these work so well together. In fact, one's looks like one's air and one's earth. So it's the opposites, day and night, and seeing that contrast. It's like the contrast is going to become like day and night. Something you saw so negative, you're going to see in a much more positive light. All right, and usually monthly readings, what I do is I take a tarot deck, and I'm actually going to take the Wild Unknown Tarot, which is the companion deck to this, the Wild Unknown Oracle. And what I'm going to do, is I take the major arcana out of it and separate it from all these minor arcana. And the major arcana, I use like these, where we look and see what's the overall theme for your month, what the creator wants you to know about it anyway. And then we'll get into the minor arcana, and I'll tell you about that once we get that far. All right, creator, what else do you want our Cancer signs to know about their September, please? Okay. Looks like you get 2 for that too. You get double treats this month. Usually it's just 1 card each, so you are definitely lucky. And this makes sense. So the vulture becomes a little new chickie and a little new duckling. The Fool is all about, new beginnings, jumping off into a new journey, which can be, new relationships, new thoughts, new jobs, new homes, whatever. You're going on, starting this new adventure and refreshing, and becoming brand new. It's almost like this is a phoenix, and it, turns into ashes, and you become the little duckling that comes out of there. It also represents your soul as well. So it's very much about your soul journey, and, that this is part of the unfolding of things. What I love about a Fool in some of the tarot decks is that shows someone jumping off into this giant pool. And this pool is like the Wheel of Fortune. It's everything that are possibilities of our life. And, before we come down here, our soul chooses our birth, our death scene date and time, and all these events we want to experience as we go through life. Now we veil ourselves when we come down here, so it's all a surprise, exciting and new, and we can experience it to its fullest. But before we come down here, when we're, from our soul point of view, we, choose these events. We still have our free will within each situation to determine if we're going to choose extreme fear or extreme unconditional love, because those are our choices, and everything in between, right? So it's a great message just saying that, when you're looking at these situations, this turns that frown upside down. In fact, what I think I want to do is do this. I'll put this over here, because this is what transforms these beliefs in those things that they were happening to you. And this is just this reinforcing message that it happens for you. So I love that for you there. And then you have the Magician, which is right after this card. It's the number 1. And this is totally about bringing that heavenly energy into the planet here. And it shows that you are a powerful being. You have everything you need within you. You have all 4 suits. You have these cycles that are happening, and this powerful energy. It's like your lightning rod for the energy from the other side. We bring through that love energy through us and into the earth. And so again, another message here of, the air, coming from the heavens, coming down into the earth, and that is your ability, your power, and that's where the creativity comes through too. You have this spark, of igniting of new ideas. It's a lot like the, Ace of Swords. I'm sorry, the Ace of Wands. It's, this magic that comes. Ace of Swords too, you have ideas, new ideas that come in, but you have the spark of drive for new things. And so this is going to be a beautiful month for you, because it's really this amazing bringing heaven to earth kind of feel, and freedom, really freeing from the darkness into, these brighter situations. And attitudes and beliefs. So I really love that. The 4 minor arcana, each of the suits is going to represent a different part of your life. We start off with the wands, and the wands are going to represent, because it's fire energy, really, for this reading, it's going to represent your spiritual adventure in the month of September. So it's what the Creator wants you to know about your spiritual side of yourself in the month. So let me just give these a little mix up here. All right, Creator, what do you want Cancers to know about their spiritual adventure in September? Okay. 2 cards again. Oh my goodness. You are just getting great messages here. Yeah, which definitely, so this tells me, this 5 of Wands is telling me that you're ready for going to the next level. A lot of times it shows people sparring, but it's all about the journey. Anything that happens, like we're talking about with, your life unfolding, everything is happening for you. But this card for me indicates you're ready to go to another spiritual level. And this definitely reinforces it. It's like, this is like so much, you've taken on so many other spiritual energy and emotional energy, and you feel blocked, so something's in your way. But the 10 is all about endings and new beginnings as well. So 0 is ending, 1 new beginning, right? So you have this whole transformational type of energy that's coming in for you. And it starts with this awareness of who you really are and what your true powers are. So this mask, this heavy, almost feel like a heavy thunderstorm over you, like that's how you've been feeling. And it's a general reading, so it may not apply to all of you, but I feel like for a large amount, it's like, I've been walking around with this dark cloud over me, and I feel like it's nighttime, and the vulture kind of feels like death, because it's like it goes and pecks at dead things, and you're like, I kind of feel like that's what's happening, but this is this whole renewed spark that comes in for you. And let's take a look here. I'm going to also pull a card here from the Return of Spirit Oracle, and just what other message the Creator has. Clarity, clarification on this spiritual journey for September. And I'm going to actually use 3 decks today from Shirley Harnish, and we'll take the other in here. And she does fractal imaging for her cards, where she plugs in formulas and it creates these images. And so I call them like the spiritual ink blot test. So whatever you see in the card as well, just know that Spirit's talking to messages for you directly. The Creator will show you and have things jump out for you too. So yeah, definitely I'll let you take a look at the card here and see if there's anything else you see, and then I'll read her interpretation of what she intuitively picked up from the card as well. Okay, so that is your one here. I know, just 1. Don't feel bad. You had so many number 2s there. Yep, and you got Starseed. So you can look at that picture there and see what you see. And we will read from her book here. What I love about, star seeds, and it all depends on your spiritual beliefs, about, it's collective entities that are in our plane of existence, just at a different vibration somewhere in the universe, that come here and help us evolve our spirituality. And so people, you can relate sometimes and feel like you are a starseed, but we're all stardust. We're all part of, a higher realm. We all are these. The soul is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. So whether you believe in star seeds or not, I really feel like this is the star card saying that, there's hope, there's higher places for you to connect to that allows you to see again your power of who you really are, and allows you to see life just from that higher, whole new, different perspective. So for this card, she says, the loving, benevolent being in this card has come to you today to share his words of encouragement. There are many who feel as though they don't belong here on earth, right? Sometimes that's how you can feel. It can be a tough journey with many experiences and obstacles to overcome. You no longer have to question whether you're supposed to be here or not, or whether you belong. You most absolutely belong here. Your soul has chosen this incarnation for many reasons, and the universe has brought you here for a reason too. So do not doubt the wisdom of it. You're a very sensitive soul, connected to the subtle energies that weave and ebb through the entire cosmos. You may find that you're actually affected by the moods and thoughts of others as well, although at times it may not feel like it. This is a gift. I was talking about that with this card, right? How you feel like you've taken on everyone else's energy and emotional energies around you. It's a special part of your makeup and blueprint. Your keen ability to sense and intuit these energies is an aspect of the gift you're here to bring to the planet. It could be any type of healer or teacher, but this largely depends on whether you choose to hide away from the world or engage in it. At times, it may seem easier to just hide away, but that's not what you've come here to do. You carry a high frequency, and through your everyday contact with others, you're sharing it. As you allow yourself to open up to the world around you, you'll find yourself opening to the higher information and energies as well. And usually starseeds are guided and directed by beings of a cosmic and galactic nature. This can sometimes mean that it takes more effort and patience when communicating with their guides. So the starseed asks that you consciously work on developing your connection with your guides, as there is information awaiting you. Wow. I just love it. You just can't make it up. It's definitely everything we're talking about hiding who you really are, connecting to your higher power, and that there's information awaiting for you. And something about the gift that you have, when you feel everyone's emotions, that's the one side of our gifts, that, when you're very empathic and feel people's emotions. The awareness of other people's emotions is one side, but you also have the power not just to have it coming in, but to pour it out into others as well. So you can do that, and actually influence, the room you walk into, and you probably already have that. Your people are like, oh my God, we love when you come and show up because you just bring so much light and laughter and love and joy, and that's who you are when you're connected to your higher self. When we're in our pain, and when we're in that, suppressed and where we feel something's blocking our energy, then, we go into this just feeling that flood coming in because the outflow isn't as strong as the inflow. But eventually, as you build and get these messages from your higher self and your collective of supportive beings on the other side, this huge beings of unconditional love and light, as you grow that, then the outward flow becomes stronger, where you don't get this obstructed feeling where you feel like something's blocking you, because if that kind of dark energy, people's sad and uncomfortable emotions are coming in, because that's usually that's when we notice it more. If it's happy emotions coming in, we're like, come on in, but we usually feel that blockage of love, when our love is trying to go out, and there's this blockage of all this negativity. If that energy is stronger than what we've learned to put out yet, then it comes and pushes back, and we feel more of it. But eventually it becomes stronger, where the flow, It's like out of a fire hose. Can you put, something back in a fire hose when it's on full blast? No. And that's kind of the feeling I get. So beautiful. I am loving that. And then next we're going to move on to the Pentacles. And the Pentacles is like the earth energy. And so it's going to represent your physical adventure. So this was your internal adventure. This is going to be your external adventure. So it's going to be what's going on in the external world around you, the characters that are there, not the relationships you have and the emotions, but, these archetypes, these, like I said, the characters that are existing on your stage, the props that are there, the jobs, your money, finances, possessions, and your physical body. And that's what this is going to represent. So see, Creator, what that you want us to know about the Cancer signs adventure in the month of September, please. What do you want the Cancer signs to know about their physical adventure in the month of September? So you're back to 2 again. Yep, so you've got the so you got the 4 of Pentacles, which can represent that you have everything you need, like we do with this magician, but it's challenging your belief about lack and the supposed to's, because you can see all the strings attached to all the pentacles there. You feel like there should be more, or if I have that, then I need this, or to get that, I need to be able to do this. And so it's really about letting go of that, beliefs, and, it's these darker beliefs, the things that we're talking about letting go, that about your belief about lack and about your worthiness of abundance and having abundance, and really your definition of success and abundance. Because you also have the Sun of Pentacles here, which this normally would be the Knight of Pentacles. And so, definitely it's about, you have growth. The horns are taking time to grow. It's about being subtle, not being charged out there, but taking your time as you go throughout these different stages that you're in. So definitely in the external world, it's about a lot of doing inner work, not so much outer action and activity. It's slow and steady, not very fast. So take your time in your transitions in the external world and the external actions there. We're also going to pull a card here from the Native Spirit Oracle, and we'll get clarification around your physical adventure as well. See what else the Creator would like you to know. But yeah, I just feel like there's going to be transformation. Just you don't have to worry about it being fast and furious. It's going to be taking its time. But the big impact is you're going to be changing your inner side, and that eventually will flow out to you, possibly like, with the 10 being October, I think it's more September, you do a lot of inner work, and then it starts to flood out of you more and seeping into your external world in October. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Cancer signs to know about their physical adventure in the month of September? Okay. Yep, you got the shapeshifter. Makes total sense. You're transforming yourself. You're transforming from the dark into the light. So this is like, it almost feels like dawn. Here's the full moon coming out. And so you're realizing that even in dark times, you can recognize your light as well. Let's see what message comes with this for you. Yep. You can be anything you desire. This is that raccoon energy, right? Let go of attachment to your identity. See the world around with your new eyes. Be malleable. Experiment with different ways of viewing reality. See the point of view of others. If you haven't been able to manifest your dreams, maybe you need to shift the way you see the person or situation, right? We've talked about that with the vulture energy. So your native spirit wants you to know, in earth-based cultures, shapeshifters had the mystical ability to transform into other forms of consciousness. It's said that these beings were not imagining that they were changing into a specific animal, plant, or stone. They could actually morph into another shape. And just because most people today don't think this is possible doesn't mean that it's not true. Okay, good point. This card chose you because it wants you to know that your past does not need to equal your future. Simply shifting your point of view or your belief system can bring an entirely new destiny into being. I love it. And these cards come with like a journey. So if you feel this resonates with you, feel free to do that. If not, don't worry about it. It says to deepen your ability to shapeshift, simply imagine that you're an animal, a bird, animal or bird, a plant or stone. Make it as real as you can. And doing this deepens your ability to shift your beliefs and limiting decisions that perhaps have held you back from fulfilling your highest destiny. Okay. Yep, nothing more I can add to that. That's exactly reinforcing everything we've talked about up to this point. And next we're going to move into the swords, and the swords is the air energy, and this represents your mind, your thoughts, your beliefs, your attitudes, your mental, I'm going to say your mental state, but we'll say it's your mental adventure, what you're going to be going through, mentally, or what the Creator wants you to know that about your mental adventure in the month of September. So for Cancer signs, Creator, what do you want them to know about their mental adventure in the month of September, please? Okay. 2 again. That's just crazy. Yep, so decisions, the number 2 of swords is all about you're at a crossroads and there's a decision that you need to make. And it's really, this is definitely resonating, with the reading here, because am I going to keep doing things the old way, or am I going to go into a new way of looking at things? And I love this because it's like the moon and the sun appearing, which does kind of indicate to trust your intuition and to not focus so much on the physical mind, but connect to the spiritual side. And usually there's like someone that's blindfolded and there's like water behind them. And for me, that's about, getting into your emotional state, balance the mind and emotions, your earth and your spirit, and really don't go off just what you're logically seeing, but go off a lot of what your gut is telling you. And as you develop this beautiful connection with spirit here too. Yeah, because here's the King of Swords, or the Father of Swords. And see that mighty, powerful sword that you're able to wield and understand your thoughts. It's the King of Thoughts. And so with that sword, you're able to cut away old ways. Because the King of Swords has mastered the whole journey of understanding your thoughts and beliefs, which a big part of that is being able to not be stubborn and to be flexible, and to be able to question and let go when no longer serves you, which opens up the space for you to learn new things. Also, I believe, like the King of Swords has learned to balance mind and emotion, because one of the big things of the King of Swords in understanding how this world works is that if you're too stubborn and stuck in a belief, and only think in logic and don't take in any other considerations, experience has shown you that doesn't always work out well. And so it's definitely this message of having that balance between heart and mind. I'm also going to pull a card here from the Divine Guidance Oracle and see what additional message the Creator has regarding your mental adventure in the month of September. All right, Creator, what else do you want our Cancer signs to know about their adventure Mental adventure. And here I'll let you see that. That's card number 37. So I'll zoom in case you pick up anything else that resonates specifically for you. And we'll see what the message is for this card. Yeah, blossoming. So even simply questioning your life or trying to figure out where and how to move forward moves your energy and aids in opening you to your higher awareness and divine purpose. Continue with this. Don't let your human mind, with its limited point of view, tell you that you're stuck or not progressing. It isn't true. You are opening, you are flowing, and your soul is blossoming. Keep your faith in both yourself and spirit, and know that you are on the perfect path and that you are opening to your highest potential one step at a time. Just can't make it up. All these different cards having the same messages. And I love that this showed up and it talks about your mind, and this is all about your mind. You know, if it showed up anywhere else, it wouldn't have been as specific as this. And I love how the sword, same colors, right? Love that. Ooh, thunder. It's thundering out. I'm not sure if you heard that. All right. And then the last thing we're going to look at is cups, and cups is water energy. So, of course, that represents your emotions. And so we're just going to look at what emotional adventure you're going to have during the month of September. All right, Creator, what do you want our Cancer signs to know? Yeah, and you're a water sign, so definitely this is your realm here. But what do you want our Cancer signs to know about their September emotional adventure? Okay, oh, 3. Into your waters we go. So, yep, so this is, you have the 5 of Cups, which is about the feelings of sorrow, the feelings of loss. Usually it shows like 3 cups empty and tipped over and 2 cups behind the person. And so it's really about focusing. This is the feelings from before, focus on what you don't have, the blockages, talk about those beliefs on those things there. But then you have the 6 of Cups, which shows about, it's usually about looking back at your past and, all these roots, all these beautiful, bright roots are the beautiful experiences you came here to experience. And as you, like we were talking about, as you see things from this different, higher perspective, and we talked about how, your soul does your birth and your death and all the events in between, you realize that all those things are happening for you. It totally changes it from a feeling of loss on look what it did to me to look what it did for me. And so it really just helps transition those emotions into these brighter places. You also have the Father of Cups here, which is the King of Cups, represents unconditional love. That's the perfect love that we have and we experience. It's sometimes the Holy Grail. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of this love, but the Father of Cups, the King of Cups, represents that, what we call Christ energy and just unconditional love. And so you get to feel that unbridled energy that comes through when you connect to this higher realm here, because that is what floods in. So we're talking about, the difference of this would be the energy, the negative energy flowing in, and this would be the loving energy, flowing back out. And so that's really a big part of your journey for September is, transforming your memories and your experiences and your emotions into something completely different than you've experienced before. And then lastly, we're going to pick a card here from the Path of Soul Destiny cards. This will be the final card for your reading, and it will also represent what your emotional journey is going to look like. What the Creator wants you to know about your emotional journey anyway. For September. All right, Creator, what's the final message here for our Cancer signs, please? You got this beautiful number 26, which kind of reminds me of the purple of this starseed and looks like a third eye to me. We'll definitely, of course, it's number 26, and we will see what the interpretation of that card. Okay, yeah. So it is third eye. So the third eye rules your psychic abilities and clairvoyance. Although every human is born with the ability to see beyond the known, it does not mean they always access it. Your intuitive gifts and abilities are very strong, right? We knew that. When this card appears, it's because you're ready to move to the next level, like we talked about, in the development of your inner seeing. Intuitive development is important for your growth at this time. Expanding your gifts not only benefits you, but it also aids those who need the guidance and support you can provide from source, from the universe, from the creator. Well, I think your message is clear. I mean, definitely with you being the Cancer sign, you definitely connected to the moon, because the moon rules Cancer, and the moon is all about your intuition, the unknown, connecting to those higher spiritual energies. So you've got the moon, here, and the moon here, and I think there was somewhere else too that we saw the moon, but you just have it everywhere. And so definitely a message of, yes, understand these dark feelings are part of your being able to sense what people need, but you have this connection that you develop and become so much stronger in, where you're able to flood out this love to people. And in doing that, it also activates other gifts within you, where you just know things. You have messages from the other side for them. It's just a very big transformation for you. And some of that takes some, we have these beliefs of what, our spiritual gifts and our spiritual actions are supposed to be. Because, when humans get involved in anything, we try to organize it, define it, limit it. I mean, we don't try to limit it in, usually our goal for the majority of us is not to limit it, but in trying to define it and constrict it and make sure we're following things in a certain way to make sure we're doing it right, we limit our abilities instead of, opening that up and just allowing things just to expand in fully. So definitely going to be an amazing month for you. It's going to end up leaving you in this empowered place instead of feeling like you're the victim being picked at by a vulture in the desert. You're going to feel like a soaring phoenix flying in the sky. So just know as you go throughout your month of September here, every second of every day, you are unconditionally loved by the creator of all things. And I love you too. Have an amazing September. We'll talk to you soon. You take care.